When you look at this website, you probably don't think much of it. What about this one? They're probably not sites that you go to unless you're a mom or soon to be mom, but these websites together, they bring in $16,000 per month. And if you're like me the first time you saw them, you're wondering how the did they make that kind of money? Well, in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly how they're making that kind of money and how you could be doing the same soon. This side hustle is called a content-based business. And the great thing about them and why they're my favorite type of business is because you can start them for free. Here's how they work. Business creates content. This can be a blog or a YouTube channel, on TikTok or through a podcast, really any format where there can be an audience on the other end, which brings us to number 2. Audience is built around the content that the business creates. Because without an audience, there's no business. Once the audience is large enough, we have the third step, which is business monetizes content. This is done in 4 ways. Think of those annoying ads you see on blogs and news sites, or those less annoying ads you see on YouTube videos that allow YouTubers to get paid. That's the first way that a content-based business monetizes advertising revenue. You know, when you're listening to your favorite podcast and all of a sudden you hear,
"This episode was brought to you by milk. The stuff from cows."
The podcast is lending out their exposure to their audience in exchange for a fee. This is what's called a sponsorship. The third way the content-based businesses monetize is by plugging other companies' products or services in their content. And if the audience buys those products or services, the business gets a percentage of the sales. Here's an example. If you go to the link in my description for Webull, you open an account, fund it with any amount of money, you will get 12 free stocks, potentially valued up to $30,600. That's free money for you, but on the flip side, I get a free stock or two too. This is called affiliate marketing. And the fourth way the content-based businesses monetize is by creating their own products or services and selling them to their audience. Graham Stephan, he did this with his coffee brand, Bankroll Coffee. Emma Chamberlain did this with her coffee brand, Chamberlain Coffee. Jacksepticeye also did this with his coffee brand, Top of the Morning Coffee. Man, YouTubers love coffee. In simple terms, a content-based business relies on creating high-quality content that attracts and retains an audience, and then finding a way to monetize that audience through advertising, sponsorships, affiliate marketing, product sales, or some combination of all 4. So let's look at how these sites from the beginning of the video pull in $16,000 per month. There's a blog portion of both sites, which drive in a lot of traffic. For Pulling Curls in particular, they get around 90,000 visitors monthly, according to SimilarWeb. They also estimate that the business's revenue is between $2 million to $5 million. There's also a bit of affiliate marketing baked in, like on this blog post in particular called All-Inclusive Disneyland Vacation Packages. Now, this might also be a sponsored post, but it might also be a normal post with just affiliate marketing baked in. It's a very informative blog post. It provides a ton of value, and guess what? If you follow the recommendations of the blog post and you use Getaway Today to book your Disney trip, then the business probably receives around 20 to 30% commission on any sales. And a trip to Disney is not the cheapest. But that's not how they make the bulk of their revenue. How they do that is through their courses. They have an online prenatal class for couples that range in price from $79 to $197, a family routines course with multiple pricing options, a course on how to keep your home organized, also with multiple price options. And according to Hillary Erickson, the owner of Pulling Curls, as of mid-2022, the business's income can be broken into these categories: 28% ads and sponsored posts, 14% affiliate marketing, and 58% course sales. You might be wondering, how does Hillary drive traffic to her site? Well, her marketing strategy is basically to create helpful content that shows she actually knows what she's talking about, and then she uses opt-ins, which are basically a box that people can put their emails into and opt into receiving emails so that she can get people onto her email list and directly sell her courses to them. She uses a combination of blog posts, her podcast, her TikTok account to drive in more customers. She actually has about 55,000 followers on TikTok, and her advice for anyone wanting to use TikTok for marketing is be consistent, and be willing to actually engage with people. Now, Hillary on TikTok, she makes about 3 high quality TikToks per week, but then she'll just make random videos where she picks up her phone and she replies to any questions that her viewers might be asking. And every piece of content that she puts out is relevant to her niche, which brings us to how you can get started with a content-based business. The first step is to identify a niche. Now, people overcomplicate this, but the only sustainable way to do it is to pick a topic that you could right now. If you pause this video, you could talk about it for 30 to 60 minutes. The biggest problem that people run into, including myself in the past, is that they pick a topic that they're really not that interested in, mainly just because it makes money. For instance, here's a list of the highest paying YouTube niches. You could just spin up an insurance-based YouTube channel because it pays $15 per 1,000 views. And if you generate 1 million views, you're gonna make $15,000 just from ad revenue. And that's not even gonna be the main way that you're bringing in money because you'll have sponsorships and affiliate marketing. The problem is that you're probably not interested in insurance and no one's gonna watch your first 10 to 20 videos. So you'll need to be putting in hours and hours of work and not making any money at the beginning. So if you're not interested in the topic, you're just gonna quit. But if you're truly interested in insurance, those first 10 to 20 videos, they're gonna be fun to make. You're gonna learn what's working and you're gonna double down on what's working and you're probably gonna make 6 figures within your first year. So choose your niche. And once you do, you'll then need to choose the platform that you're gonna create content on. How you're gonna do this is by taking an honest look at yourself and your skills. If you're a good writer, you start a blog. If you're a great articulator and you can hold a good conversation, then a podcast. If you're good on camera, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. If you're a good editor, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Just look at the skills that you have and then pick the platform that works best with the skills that you have. Now, eventually you might branch off into all of the platforms, but to start, you need to just pick one and focus on one. Next is audience building. And how the hell are you gonna do that? Well, you're gonna create high quality content. And this could be a 20-minute video by itself. And let me know in the comment section below if you wanna see that video. But the best way to create high quality content is to steal like an artist. Now, stealing like an artist is a concept created by Austin Kleon, which encourages creators to take inspiration from other creators, but not to copy them outright. That would be morally wrong. The idea is that you take what you admire from others and you make it your own by putting your unique spin on it. Here's an example. If I wanted to create a YouTube channel about fantasy football, I would go search for the top fantasy football channels on YouTube. I'd sift through their videos until I find one that has a ton more views than the normal videos that they put out. You know why it has more views than the normal videos that it puts out? People are searching for it, or people like what they're watching. And this is a signal that the video is basically something you can take and make your own. So Fantasy Football Advice, for instance, is a channel with over 100,000 subscribers. Their average video gets about 5 to 10,000 views, but it seems the videos about trade recommendations get 3 to 6 times more views. So maybe that's the type of video that you take and you put your own twist on it. Remember, the goal is not to plagiarize. You're not actually stealing. It's to take inspiration from other creators and to use that to create something new that is original and it's your own. This method can be done on any platform that you choose. If you start a blog, look at what's working with other blogs in your niche. Or a podcast, same thing. Once you have an audience built, and it doesn't have to be huge, you can start monetizing. With a blog or a YouTube channel, you can use Google AdSense to start monetizing within the first couple months, but that oftentimes won't be the biggest revenue driver. Usually affiliate marketing or sponsorships or creating your own product or service, like a course that Pulling Curls has, that needs to be incorporated if you want to make real money with a content-based business. The process of building a business like this, for most people, it's going to take a lot of time. But as Alex Hormozy says, if you can wait 90 days for a result, you can win. If you can wait a year, you can win big. If you can wait a decade, you can be the best. And if you can wait a lifetime, you can change the world. There are ways to speed things up, and there are probably more ways to slow things down, but the key is just to be consistent. You can't quit when no one reads your blog after a month. You can't quit when no one watches your videos after 6 months, or when you're not monetized on YouTube after a year. You just need to be consistent and patient and constantly show up every single day. That's really the only thing that differentiates people like Hillary from the people who fail at content businesses all the time. And speaking of Hillary, it took Pulling Curls 4 years to hit 6 figures in revenue. And since then, she's made over $200,000 every single year. All right, I appreciate each and every one of you who stuck around for the entire video. If you're here right now, you are a real one, and I appreciate you. Now, go out there, have a great day, have a great night, whatever time it is. But no matter what, I will be talking to you in another video soon.